Stop feeding provocation, and something strange happens. You feel your chest unclench because you are no longer auditioning for approval. The moment you stop explaining yourself is the moment you start respecting yourself. Because the person demanding the explanation is not searching for truth. They are collecting your reaction as a reward. Picture a family dinner. Someone leans back and says, "So, what happened to that plan you had?" The table gets quiet. You can feel the room waiting for your speech. That awkward pull to defend is the trap. And it is optional. You will get 9 tools to reclaim your attention from family drama and intermittent provocation, ending with a simple scorecard that makes silence measurable. Here is your first win. Tiny rule. If the comment is not asked in good faith, it does not deserve a performance. Stop feeding provocation, and you will notice the room feels louder, because your silence removes the usual entertainment. That can feel awkward, like you are breaking an unspoken rule. And that is the point. Silence is not avoidance. It is sovereignty. You deciding what gets access to your nervous system. The person poking you does not want your logic. They want your visible pain. The little flinch that proves they landed it. When you explain, you pay them in social fuel. When you stay calm and brief, you bankrupt the whole performance economy. Attention theft is the real attack. So, the goal is not to win. It is to keep your mind under your control. Tool 1. The no performance rule. Stop feeding provocation, and you stop giving people the little reward they came for. It feels weird at first, because the room is trained to expect your explanation. Picture a family dinner. Someone leans in, half smiling, and says, "Still doing that little job." You feel the heat rise, and you can almost hear the silent drumbeat of everyone waiting for your comeback. That waiting is the trap. They are not debating. They are harvesting reaction. So you do something almost boring. You look at your plate, take a calm sip of water, and let a beat pass. If you need words, you use fewer than feels polite. Nothing. Or noted. Your face stays neutral. Your tone stays flat. And you do not volunteer a story that turns you into entertainment. No visible pain for people who provoke on purpose. The measurement is simple afterward. Rate yourself 0 to 2. 0 means you performed. 1 means you were brief, but still hooked. 2 means no performance. Silence is step 1. Step 2 is having a default line for when silence is not enough. Tool 2. Neutral gray script NGS. The one-sentence wall. Neutral gray boundary line means you stop feeding the conversation extra oxygen. You already refused the performance. So now you need a single sentence that holds the line without inviting debate. Picture a text thread that pops up at 9 at night. Someone asks, "So why are you still single?" It is framed like curiosity, but you can feel the hook. Your thumb hovers. And the urge to justify shows up fast, because silence in a chat can feel rude. You do not explain. You do not soften it with a paragraph. You send one factual line. "I am not discussing that." Then you stop. If they push again, you repeat it once. Same words, same tone, and no add-ons. Emotional detachment is not cold. It is clean. The point is to make the topic boring, Here is how you keep it measurable. After you send your line, count the extra words you added after it. Target 0 to 5. If you catch yourself writing a second sentence, that is the trap. This works only if you do not get pulled into just one more sentence, which is where the broken record loop comes in. Tool 3. The broken record loop, BRL. Repeat, don't negotiate, is the mindset here. You already have a neutral grey boundary line. But some people treat that as an invitation to push harder. Like they can talk you into performing if they keep tapping the glass. Picture a workplace hallway after a meeting. A co-worker smirks and says, "Why are you so sensitive?" "I am joking." You can feel your brain reaching for the perfect explanation. Because being misunderstood feels expensive. That is the moment to choose consistency over cleverness. You say, "I am not discussing that." Calm voice. No edge. They come back with, "Wow." "Okay. Explain why." You say the same line again, word for word, like you are reading a sign on a door. Consistency signals one thing. This door is locked. Say it twice. Then stop responding. Silence after the second line is not passive. It is enforcement. If you keep rewriting your boundary, you teach them that pressure works. Make it measurable. After the interaction, ask one question. Did you change your wording under pressure? Yes or no. This loop works best when you also know how to exit without looking rattled. Tool 4. The clean exit, CE, leave without a speech. Exit without explaining is where most people hesitate. Because leaving without a speech can feel like you are admitting guilt. That discomfort is exactly what keeps you stuck in the performance economy, trying to look reasonable for an audience that is not grading fairly. Picture a kitchen corner at a family gathering. Someone slides in close and says, "People are saying things about you." It lands like a trapdoor. If you ask who or what, you are suddenly in court, arguing your own case. Instead, you keep it simple. Small nod. Got it. Then you move your body. "I am going to grab a drink." No extra sentence. No defensive smile. You do not need to win the moment. You need to end the access. Your exit line can be even tighter. Noted. Then bathroom. Refill. Step outside. The movement does the heavy lifting because it breaks the loop without creating a scene. Make it measurable. The moment you use your boundary line, start a mental timer and log how many seconds it takes you to exit. Target under 10 seconds. After you can leave cleanly, we can handle the hardest trigger. Intermittent provocation that shows up as random digs. Tool 5. Intermittent provocation detector, IPD. Spot the bait cycle and the random digs stop feeling mysterious. Intermittent provocation is the pattern where things are calm for weeks. Then one little comment drops in like a pin. Picture someone who is friendly all month. Then, out of nowhere, in front of everyone, they say, "Must be nice to have it easy." The room goes quiet and all eyes swing toward you. That is the hook. The randomness trains your body to stay on edge. And when your guard is down, you perform just to get your footing back. It is also awkward because if you do not respond, you can feel people mentally accusing you of being rude. Your detector is one silent question. Is this a bid for truth or a bid for control? If it is truth, the tone is steady and they can handle a real answer. If it is control, the timing is public and the payoff is your reaction. Track it like a simple ratio. Provocation attempts over your responses. The goal is not 0 attempts. The goal is fewer responses. Once you can see the pattern, you are ready to remove the reward itself. Your attention. Tool 6. Social fuel starvation, SFS. Starve the smirk, and you take away the paycheck. You already spotted the bait cycle. So now the move is simple. Remove the reward. That reward is not your words. It is your face, your tone, and your scramble to be understood. Picture the smirk moment at a crowded table. Someone says, "I am just saying what everyone is thinking." They glance around like they are collecting votes. The old reflex is to defend yourself so the room does not misread you. That reflex is expensive. And it is also a performance. Instead, you go neutral. Neutral face. Neutral tone. Okay. Then you return to your plate or your phone or your task. You do not add a story. You do not add heat. You do not try to prove you are unbothered. You just become boring. Here is the starvation rule. No face, no story, no heat. It sounds cold, but it is actually a boundary for your nervous system. You can feel everything later. You just do not donate it in public. Keep it measurable with one check after. Did your face argue even if your words did not? Yes or no? Next is the move that protects your reputation without defending it. Tool 7. The reputation anchor are a one calm sentence then results. Let behavior testify is how you protect your reputation without defending it. After you starve the smirk, the next move is refusing to stand trial in public. Even when someone tries to drag you into it. Picture a group setting, maybe a meeting or a family room, where someone tosses out. He always overreacts. It is bait for a performance and a cue for the crowd to watch you prove you are calm. The awkward part is you can feel your face wanting to argue. Even if you keep your mouth shut, you give one calm sentence. Then you return to what you were doing. I am focused on what I can control. Then you keep working. Keep cooking. Keep packing the car. Whatever the task is. No lecture. No counterattack. You do not litigate your character in public. You demonstrate it over time. This is an anchor because it pulls you back to the only court that matters. Your own standards. Use the same line every time so it becomes predictable. Make it measurable. Track defenses avoided this week as a simple number. The number should climb. Next is the most addictive trap. Over-explaining because you want to be seen as reasonable. Tool 8. The No Justify Rule, NJR. Stop pleading your case, and you will feel the withdrawal. After you let behavior testify, your brain still wants one last paragraph to prove you are reasonable, especially when someone accuses you in that loaded way. Picture a tense moment where the other person leans forward and says, "Why won't you answer? What are you hiding?" It sounds like a question, but it is really a courtroom trick. If you respond with "because," you just accepted the role they assigned you. Defendant. So you cancel the contract. You keep your voice steady and you say, "I am not available for this conversation." That is it. No, explanation. No list of reasons. No evidence packet. It will feel awkward for a second because you are breaking the habit of managing their feelings. But that discomfort is cheaper than a 30-minute argument. Use a simple cue to catch yourself. The moment you hear yourself starting a sentence with "because," stop. Go back to neutral gray. I am not discussing that. Or, I am not available for this. Make it measurable. Count how many times you say, because in tense conversations, aim for 0 to 1. Last tool is how to stay human and calm afterward, so silence does not turn into suppressed rage. Tool 9. Private Processing Protocol, PPP, feel it, don't perform it. Process, don't perform is what keeps silence from turning into a mask. After you stop pleading your case, the emotion still exists. And if you pretend it does not, it leaks out later as sarcasm, insomnia, or a delayed blow-up. Picture the moment after the event when you finally get quiet. You close the door, set your phone down, and you feel the hit land in your body. You say to yourself, "That hit. I am not pretending it did not." That one line is permission to be human without making it public. Then you put it somewhere safe. A notebook, a note app, anything private. Write one-sentence answers to 2 questions. What did I lose control of? What did I protect? The point is not a perfect journal entry. The point is to convert raw heat into data you can use. Stoicism is not numbness. It is choosing the right place for emotion. Private, not as someone else's entertainment. Your decompression line is simple. I can feel this without feeding them. Close with a 3-question audit. Did I perform? Did I hold a boundary? What triggered me? Now we kill the biggest misunderstanding that makes people quit this too early. Process, don't perform is where people get this wrong. They think silence is weak, and if they do not respond, the other person wins. That is the performance economy talking, and it is trying to sell you a bad deal. Your reaction is the prize. The smirk, the raised voice, the long explanation. That is the payment. Silence is not surrender. It is refusing to pay. Winning is not landing the perfect comeback in front of the room. Winning is leaving the interaction with your nervous system intact and your dignity unspent. In a family living room, someone drops a comment that is just sharp enough to sting, then leans back like they set a trap. You can feel the room hold its breath, waiting for the clapback. There is that tiny fork pause, the little throat clear. Then you do nothing. No face. No story. The weird part is how fast the moment collapses when it has nothing to bounce off. Silence did not lose. Silence removed the reward. For 7 days. Run a small experiment called sovereign silence. The rule is simple and slightly uncomfortable on purpose. Each day, use the no performance rule once, and deploy one neutral gray script at least one time, even if it is just a short text. To keep it honest, track 5 things in a quick note at night. How many provocation attempts happened? How many performances you gave back? Did you use neutral gray? Yes or no? Did you use a clean exit? Yes or no? Did you do emotional aftercare? Yes or no? The win condition is not that people stop poking. The win is that your responses drop by 30 to 50%, even if provocations stay the same. No performance is the comment keyword. Drop it below and tell me which move you will use first. Neutral, grey, broken record, or clean exit. Subscribe if you want the follow-up, because next we cover what to do when people escalate the moment you stop reacting.